Welcome to Mr. Podcast with Claude.
And Justin.
Hey, we're back for a spooktacular commentary series this All Hallows Eve month. Uh,
Halloween.
Halloween. Hallow, we are
Halloween.
watching Hallows Eve month time. It's the spookiest month. That's why you get candy to make you feel better.
Candy is scary. No, candy isn't scary. Oh, candy makes you feel better. I see.
Yes, candy takes the scares away.
Candy takes scares away.
Mhm,
Got
mhm.
it. Got it. I was wondering why I ate so much candy when I was a kid.
All the scares.
Because I was scared all the
You had
time.
no scares in the world. Not a scare after that Twix bar or that mini Kit Kat.
It's always those minis,
The
It's
minis.
like so
Mhm,
disappointing. You open this package and it's
mhm.
like a bite, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay,
But isn't that wait, disappointing? That's part of the fun. Because you
what?
get so much more variety. What? You get so much more variety. Yeah, it's little bites, but you get a bunch of different
But
things.
if I
And
like
if you're
it,
lucky, but hey, that's why you trade. That's why you ask for more, right? Because you're like, oh, I want those Kit Kats, so I
hmm
need like 20 minis to make up a
yeah,
whole Kit Kat,
yeah, they're
right?
not even a cat. Like
Yeah, it's
they're
just a
just,
kit.
it's a kid.
It's oh man. So today we are talking about Hellraiser, the original
Clive Barker's
1980,
Hellraiser,
80 who? 86, 87.
1987.
Yeah.
Yes,
Clive Broder, British Clive Barker.
very
And
British.
and so this is a little bit of a script flip from last episode where we were
Woo! Flipping the
covering
script.
covering bodies, which Justin loved more than I did going into it. And in this movie, I love it more than Justin does.
Yes.
And I want to talk a little bit about why I love this movie, if I may.
I would love to
Um,
hear, and I would also like to discuss things I don't like about it.
oh wow! Well, this sounds like a
Um,
great podcast brewing.
we can have an exchange of ideas. Yeah, I think that sounds interesting.
Yeah. So this movie for me, here's my backstory with this movie. So
Ooh,
I saw it.
buckle
I think
up.
yeah, yeah. I hope you're sitting down.
I
We're
am.
going back to the past.
Ooh.
Picture it, Dallas, Texas, 1989.
The year
Yeah.
1989. The place Dallas,
Is
Texas.
that is that is that Clive Barker?
I
Are
don't know. It
you?
kind of turned Australian. I
It
don't know
did.
what was going
It
on
did
with
get
that.
it went down under. Yep. Um, uh, so I saw this movie when I was pretty young, I think. I'm sure on video or something. I'm sure I didn't see it when it came out in the theaters. I would have been 6 years old.
Yeah.
Completely inappropriate to take a young child to a movie
Yeah.
like this. And I didn't like it. I think I saw a lot of horror movies when I was really too young to be watching some of the classic horror movies of the
Yep.
time. But also, like, I think it's a little bit fun to watch things you're not supposed to watch, and
Oh, yeah.
that's what therapy's for later in
It's like
life to
9/10 of
grapple
the
with.
fun.
Yeah, to grapple with like stuff you were exposed to you shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Um, and so, I always thought of the movie as just this like gory, like a little bit schlocky movie that had like, just any, not anything better than any other kind of average horror movie. I didn't care about I didn't know what the story really was. I just know there were these like evil demons and they just, tortured people and it was this kind of I guess sort of precursor to torture porn sort of a thing and
Yep.
just very sadistic and everything. And I, just there was just nothing for me to watch or be interested in. Um, and that's it. That's where we leave
Oh, the
today.
end.
And
Cool.
and that's why I love it. No. And so at some point about 10 or 15 years ago, maybe at this point, I revisited the movie. I think I don't know if I was reading about Clive Barker or somehow I was just kind of interested, and there's these filmmakers that do a certain thing, and you're kind of interested in, and they're like, oh, he's like an expert in this thing, and he makes these kind of things, um and so and I remember seeing the third one at a certain point. I think mainly because Terry Farrell from Star Trek Voyager, I'm sorry, Star Trek Deep Space Nine was in that movie. I think that's
Yeah.
the only reason I probably watched that. And so but anyway, didn't really care about the original movie at all. But anyway, like I was saying, a while ago now, I think I maybe came across a plot synopsis of the movie, and I read it, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's what the movie's about!" Like, this sounds really interesting. Like, I had no idea like what the actual story of the movie was.
Mhm.
And so I went back and watched the movie, and it gave me a completely different perspective on like what is actually happening here. And what I realized straight off the bat is it's a film noir at its heart. And
Yeah.
so that being, film noir being my like favorite genre next to like sci-fi, really drew me in, and so I started watching the movie trying to just look at what is the dramatic story that's taking place. And I think that fundamental part of the movie I think is really good. Before you get into any of the genre horror stuff, just like what the plot, what their characters are trying to do is like really interesting. And I hadn't seen any other movie kind of tackle a thing like that. And then, so watching it with that lens and being open to understanding it, sort of first as a film noir and a horror movie second, I got to look at the Cenobites and Pinhead and all the other creatures in a different way, and I got to see them as not these like just demons, but actually these sort of extra dimensional beings that actually have a philosophy, where they're trying to sort of engage and understand this spectrum of pleasure and pain, and that when they come across, humans who open the puzzle box and stuff, it's kind of like they're scientists and they're doing an experiment, and they have a hypothesis about what's going to happen. It's almost like they're not just these one-dimensional evil for evil's sake beings. And so one of the things that did for me was it removed, which is sort of counterintuitive to horror movies, is it removed the horror out of it.
Mhm.
Like, it actually wasn't scary anymore because I understood why they were doing what they were doing. I understood sort of the rules of what they were doing and how they could operate. And that just really kind of turned it into a sci-fi, like a really, really dark sci-fi movie to me. And because I'm the kind of person that I like, I don't really like horror movies for the horror's sake. I like horror movies because of the stories and the themes you can get in horror contexts. But, I don't like my main point is I don't like to be scared,
Yeah.
The adrenaline and the sitting there and wondering what's gonna pop out at you, and the like, that's not entertaining or interesting to me at all. So I don't so a horror movie really has to be bringing something else to the table for me to enjoy it. I don't just wanna be creeped out. I'm not in it for the scares, you know, um, or the lulls, but namely the scares. So anyway, that's kind of how I was able to sort of recontextualize what Hellraiser was doing. And I just thought, as an original story from Clive Barker, I just thought, wow, this is actually really, really interesting. And there's a lot of cool stuff that's happening, just like creatively. So that's why I like the movie a lot, because I think it's a different kind of horror movie at its core. It's got the trappings of like it's kind of like Lost. You know how we talk about Lost, where
Yeah.
people look at Lost and they see a certain type of show, but underneath there's something else happening. And I
Mhm.
feel like Hellraiser's like that too, where it seems like this kind of thing where here's just these random demon creatures, special effects stuff happening, but like actually they're interesting characters in a way, and they look like that for like a reason, that you can kind of surmise. And they have sort of a plan and an ideology almost, which makes them a lot more dimensional than just what I originally thought. So that, in a nutshell, is kind of why the movie had grown on me in the recent years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
And just,
Makes
the
sense.
classic film noir stuff, not only a woman in trouble, but it's out there's a femme fatale quality, but then from her perspective, there's a homme fatale,
Yeah.
quality where she's being led to do bad stuff and she's leading other people to do bad stuff, so it's like this dual quality thing. And then, and then of course the effects and stuff are really interesting and, gross, but interesting. Um, and then I love the concept of the puzzle box. I love the concept of, the mysterious object that captures your imagination. But if you solve it, now you have a problem. you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So that's my take.
Okay. Okay. Um well, should I okay. Where to start? Should I tell my history? Should you went historical on me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also saw this sometime in the early 90s.
hmm
I was probably also too young to actually watch it, but I did watch, quite a few horror movies in those days. The Shining and The Exorcist and, um those like classic horror movies.
hmm
And yeah, when I watched it back then, I had a pretty simple, at least for me, like my basic criteria for do I like a horror movie or not is it scary? That
hmm
was it.
hmm
I mean, literally. So like The Shining I found very scary. The
Yeah.
Exorcist I found scary, at least at times. Um, this I did not find scary. I
hmm
not at all. It didn't. I thought it was weird or whatever. It held my attention, but I
hmm
didn't think it was scary, and therefore, at least in my 12-year-old brain, this
Yeah.
failed as a horror movie
Gotcha. hmm
because it wasn't scary.
Yeah.
Now, modern me doesn't actually think that a horror movie needs to be scary to be good or interesting. Like there are plenty of horror movies that I like that I don't think are really scary, but they have something else going on that
hmm
makes them interesting. Like being scary is a thing, and I do value it, but you know, anyway, I don't think because it's not scary that means it's a bad movie.
hmm
So
hmm
I've moved on from that. However, I what can I say? On paper, um, on paper, I think there's definitely some interest in the story. I agree. The way it's constructed is yeah, it's like both classic and like
Neoclassic.
bringing something new to a classic form, because
Yeah.
if you take out the supernatural stuff, it really could be a classic noir. Like you could definitely frame it that way,
Yeah.
um if you wanted. I mean, you have to change some of the details of how it plays out, obviously, but
hmm
and
Well,
like, why are you murdering
you
people?
just
And
make the Cenobites gangsters and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Then there'd have to be a reason beyond the blood and anyway, blah bitty blah, but yeah, nonetheless, like on paper, I can see being like, yeah, that's a cool idea for a story. And I say on paper very deliberately. I mean, Clive Barker is primarily a writer.
hmm
He's an author of books. He directed I think one or two other movies besides this, but
hmm
film has not been his primary medium ever. Um, and I just think so. Like Stephen King, same same story.
hmm
I don't know that maybe he directed one movie, but I think mostly he would like write scripts and stuff. But I feel like somewhat the same about both of them, that I like them in written form, at least more so when they sort of have complete control over what they're doing,
Mhm.
and they can bring you into their world exactly the way they want. And
Yeah.
I think that, but like at least for Stephen King, when it comes to script, I mean, there's exceptions. There's some stuff that's decent, but like for the most part, like his film stuff is much inferior to
Mhm.
the stuff he wrote specifically for for film or TV, to the actual books. And um I just think the execution here is weak. Like I'm not impressed with this movie at all, on just on a visual, the music, the acting, like none of it really does much for me. Like I
Mhm.
have a mild appreciation for the image of Pinhead. Like I think that is compelling. That definitely lasted. That definitely made an impact.
Mhm.
I'll give him that one. But overall, I find it just kind of flat. Like if you compare it stylistically to something like The Shining or The Exorcist or Rosemary's Baby or whatever, like that are just
Mhm.
to me like overwhelming, like
Like
aesthetically.
movies by directors who are known for directing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so I'm just not convinced that Clive Barker's a good director or filmmaker in general. So
Mhm.
like that's part of the problem for me, is I just don't love the execution. Like, and I don't like the characters either. Like,
Mhm.
we talked about we talked about we talked about not liking characters in Bodies,
Yeah.
and I wanted to say more about that. So this is a great opportunity for me to say more,
Yeah. Say
um,
more.
because it was relevant. Because you said, right. So I said I like movies where, or at least sometimes, like I can get on board with movies where I don't automatically like it. But anyway, where like the characters are not characters that you like, you know,
Mhm. Mhm.
and 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 then but then you brought up like Gul Dukat, and I the thing I want to say about that is I think there's a distinction there. Um Gul Dukat is a charming villain. I think that is actually a different thing from what I'm talking about with characters you don't like. Like the characters you don't like are actually just unpleasant. Like there's nothing fun about them.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know, Gul Dukat is a fun character to watch,
Yeah.
whatever his actual faults are. I feel like that's its own thing. The charming villain is its own thing, and I don't count that really as an unlikable character. That is more of a fun bad character.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I'm talking about is the thing where the characters are just unpleasant. Like
Mhm.
there's nothing about them that's enjoyable.
Mhm.
you know so I did kind of feel that way about Bodies, and I'm not here to say that those characters were like genius or anything, but there were things about them that I appreciated. Even if I didn't really like any of the characters, I felt like they had some compelling aspects. I struggle with this movie to care about anyone in the movie. Like Frank is such a blank nothing to me. Like I get nothing, and he's like driving like he's like providing motivation for all this plot, and he doesn't do much for me. This like wife character like doesn't do much
Mhm.
for me. And then they even got the only actor in this who I actually know is Andrew Robinson, who
Yeah.
plays Garrick,
Yep.
who's fantastic, right? Like,
Mhm.
I mean, that's an all-time great TV character. He's got the most boring part in this, which is just the sad sack husband who's sitting by. And of course, later in the movie, he becomes the bad, he becomes Frank basically. At that point, he's kind of just generic bad guy, and it's like, whatever. There's not much there. And there's a
Mhm.
daughter character too who's like fine, but if you compare her to like a final girl character from other horror like Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween or something, like it's not measuring up, at
Mhm.
least as far as I'm concerned. It just feels very bland. And so, yeah, I think the big part of the problem for me is that I don't care about the characters. The other problem for me is that I don't like the movie aesthetically.
Gotcha.
So so these are my criticisms. If so it's like almost feel like there is a book or a short story or something that's based on. I
Mhm.
feel like I should read it because I think that's probably the best way that I could appreciate this story,
Mhm.
because this rendering of it is just, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see as it goes. Maybe I can say things more specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's why, like, I just could never get on. And I watch it again. I watched it back in the '90s. I watched it again later in the 2000s when I was doing some catching up on some old horror movies I hadn't seen in a while. I didn't like it then. I watch it again more recently within the last like 5 years or so. I still didn't like it. I really
Mhm.
can't. I cannot bring myself to like this movie. It's a lot of people love it, and I fully admit that there are unique and interesting things about it. It's not that I am incapable of appreciating that there is something that is special about the movie. I just the other stuff just outweighs it for me too much. And
Gotcha. Yeah, and I don't disagree that the characters are pretty flat. I think in a lot of ways they're just pawns for the storytelling.
yeah,
They're just there to have the pieces of the story play out. So yeah, I think that's legitimate criticism. Yeah, I'd buy that. I think it's almost like they have to be flat so the other parts stand out.
yeah,
You know, the
yeah,
sci-fi and horror stuff stands out more because it's not about like really really interesting characters.
right,
You
right,
know,
right.
yeah, so I'll buy that.
Whereas I think for me to sell it as a noir, I would want the characters to really pull me in, you know,
Hmm.
where I don't have to like them, but I should at least care about them,
But
you
see, I feel
know?
like that's part of the noir trope, though. A lot of the times, is the characters are pretty flat, and it's really them being stuck in the interesting situation that we're interested in.
I
I mean,
guess.
there's obviously exceptions to that, I think, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
when I
yeah.
when I think of old. I mean, it's tough. I mean, that's not a blanket. I wouldn't say that's a general thing, but um, because obviously you have noirs that do have really great characters. But when I think of like your average noir, like the characters are not as interesting as the situation that they're in.
Hmm. You might be right about that. I mean, it might just be that I'm not deeply familiar enough with noir, like classic noir, to have a reference point. Like, because the stuff I'm thinking about, that's not true, but the stuff I'm thinking about is like all-time classics. So
Yeah, 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 exactly.
that's not that's not like that's not necessarily the average, I guess.
Hmm.
But for me it does matter because, like, if it was a noir with flat characters, I don't know that I would enjoy it. I might have the same reaction I have to this, basically.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know, because at least the ones that I have really liked, have pulled me in with the characters, whether they were, actually likable characters who are just down on their luck, or whether they were actually just really unpleasant characters, but in an interesting way. Like, both things can work, I think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I take your point. I mean, maybe that is part of the deal, and like functionally it kind of makes sense. I just, yeah, it's still just hard for me to enjoy. But I think, for a commentary is great. I can talk about stuff
Hmm.
while it's playing, and I don't have to like just sit through it and think like, I wish this was better. So that'll be that'll be good. I think it'll be a good commentary experience.
All right. Well, let's see how much Justin hates this. Let's get your players ready,
Let's
everybody,
do it.
and see how it goes. All right. Let's raise some hell.
Let's raise that hell. All right.
All right. Here we go. Five, four, three, two, play.
Classic '80s logo.
So 80s. No logo.
What does it say? New World Pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah, New World Pictures. There we go. Just came on the screen, just in case you want to sync. And I recommend it. Cinemark.
I
Okay.
saw that. Yeah.
Got some French funding? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Got a scary theme here. Hey, Garrick.
Now, this doesn't actually take place in England, right?
I don't think so. I think
I
it's
feel like
supposed to be New England.
New England, yeah, okay. Because I feel like the original story should be in England, although I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, I actually don't know where it takes place, but from my memory of what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Robinson is not British, but I think what's her name is.
I think a lot of the actors are British.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Pinhead's British, too. Christopher Young.
See, back in the 80s, we had time to just wait through credits. But this is also a little bit of a noir thing, the the older
Yeah.
movies would do this too.
I think it's slightly interesting to underline all the names. I don't usually see that.
Uh-huh. It was a new
It's
technology.
It's like a motif, Ooh, and put it in the box. Ooh, I don't know if that worked for me, but okay.
What's your pleasure, Mr.
What's your pleasure?
The box.
I mean, I do like the idea that there's this mystery box that you can accidentally
and I love it. It's just random around the world. You don't know where it's gonna be. I also love the detail how gross his fingernails are, how dirty
they're
are.
real gross. Yeah.
I also love. I also just like. It just starts out like slimy. He's sweaty. It's gross already.
Yeah.
There's no introduction. We just get slammed. There's no build up to it. He just gets the box immediately.
Yeah.
There's no backstory to him. Like, why is he here? What's he doing?
Yeah, this is just kind of a prelude. It's not really trying to be too elaborate. We're just gonna give a context as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you want to introduce the box quickly because
in a normal movie he'd find the box at the 15-minute mark. We'd get the ordinary world the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then he'd find the box and do something with it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I guess on the other hand, did we talk about this last time? I think horror movies have a problem sometimes because they want to start with a horror scene.
Mm-hmm.
But they also the main characters won't be involved in horror immediately. So
yeah,
I feel like this kind of solves that problem as well.
Yeah, this is that scene that gives you the horror at the beginning.
Yeah. Exactly. And then we cut to something more normal.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this house is a mess.
Yeah, it's real gross.
It's real gross. So wait, did he use?
I know. Okay. I was thinking about where did he use the box?
Yeah, because it seemed like it was
been implied. In Morocco.
He was in another country, and then okay.
Did he just wait to go home to use it?
Yeah.
So here we get the grossness.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I thought we were done, but we were not. We were still. Oh, we're gonna throw this in first. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, see, and I do appreciate this. In a normal horror movie, these would just be monsters.
Yeah, I do appreciate that they're real characters who have wants and desires.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have aesthetic, they have he's piecing together the
Maybe shouldn't have done that. I don't know.
Yeah, and to get the villain right in the beginning too is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Like not hiding Pinhead, like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
and his nails are pretty clean for
They're
all
very
that
clean.
blood.
Yeah.
Oh, what does that say?
Ah, okay. Okay. That's the point.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be like, okay, this crazy shit was happening in this house, and now they're gonna move in, and
Hmm.
it's just a matter of time before. But this thing that happens with Frank, like, it's not intentional, right? It's like some kind of weird accident.
I think he engineers. You mean what? How he comes back?
Yeah, like the fact that
He
he's
engineers it
still,
somehow, yeah, and that's why they come after him because he sort of breaks the rules or something.
yeah.
Somebody changed the lock. Well, like, who's going to change this lock? Well, I don't know.
Julian Bashir, of course, he's tricking you.
Voila. Well, this is it. The old homestead.
Ugh, smells damp.
Well, it's
That's all it smells like.
been empty for a while, hasn't it? But we'll soon warm it up and get it feeling like a home.
How long since you were here?
Oh, the better part of 10 years. I wanted to sell it after the old lady died.
But I'm stuck on Cardassia.
Couldn't get Frank to agree. I guess he needed a hideout or something.
Oh, Frank is his brother.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I forgot that.
Would you look at this? And don't worry. This stuff means nothing to me.
I'm
It all
not a
goes.
Satanist.
I thought half of it was your brother's.
I've never known him to kick cash out of bed. Besides, he's probably behind bars someplace. You know, we have to let Kirsty see this place before we do a thing to it. She'll love it.
You really want to move in here?
You don't like it?
I suppose it's better than Brooklyn.
Oh, don't start.
Ouch.
Wow.
Julia.
Oh, damn.
Sick burn. Sorry,
Mhm.
Brooklyn.
We can make it work here. I've got a terrific job. You're back on your own turf.
Oh, they are in England.
We can be happy.
Oh, they are in England.
So
Yeah.
what's the argument?
But
Wow.
she's back on your own turf. Yeah. I
Well,
don't
that
know
does
why.
make sense.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay.
weird though. Why is your brother?
But why isn't he not English?
Why? Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Are you a Faraday? Like, why are you not British?
Huh.
Yeah, what if that's just a casting thing? Like, he really should be.
He's like, I'm not gonna do the accent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the
But
whole
Frank,
movie.
Frank doesn't have an accent either, though.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't understand.
Hey, Americans can move to England.
They can, but like, it seems like this is their ancestral home.
I know.
So
Their parents were English and moved, raised them in America. Now they're back.
Larry!
Where are you?
In here.
Oh God. Is this the scene where? Okay, no. There's this thing that like drives me crazy that's coming, but it hasn't happened yet.
Frank.
He's here.
Well, he's been here. I mean, there's stuff in the kitchen you wouldn't believe. He's obviously made one of his famous getaways. What the hell's that? Who is this?
Dad,
Kirsty!
I got through.
Barely, where are you?
I found a room.
You what?
I said I found a room.
Well, wait, I thought you were gonna stay with us for a while.
Dad,
Well, you'd like this house.
you'd like my room.
Ooh, touche.
I'd really like you to see this house. It's something else.
Maybe in the next couple of days, I gotta find myself a job.
What?
The other thing I
for?
appreciate is this her
Look,
character,
you
the
want
wife
me to
character,
teach you?
like
There's no need.
Dad,
this
is there a
like
gesture,
you
something
know
I need to do?
classic. She's wanting something out of life she
Trust me a
can't
little,
get,
okay?
and is sort of
Hmm.
seduced into this darkness. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
like this is horrible. I love it.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Drawn to the darkness as an escape.
I
Hmm.
will. I'll see you. Bye, Dad.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, on paper, it works.
Yeah, I always wonder where she is. I feel like there's like a reveal where she's in prison or like it just that shot is so tight on her.
It is weirdly close, yeah.
So,
Why not?
Oh, you like it now, huh?
we'll move in.
And this also reminds me of the dynamic. We obviously with more dialogue, but the dynamic of in Lost Highway with
Yeah,
Bill Pullman and Patricia Arquette, like in that
yeah,
beginning thing.
yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. There's like this unspoken tension.
Hmm. I'm just gonna stay home and read.
Mm-hmm. Read.
Read.
How's things in there?
Looks like a bomb dropped.
You got any beer?
There's some in the fridge.
Oh well. Why don't I get it? I got nothing better to do.
I gotta serve a man.
How dare you?
I'm paying you for help. I don't know what the subtext of that part was. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like leering? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Alright, well, she's not in prison or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is, though. It's a crazy
Some
location.
some
Under-
industrial
under
wharf.
a bridge? Wharf? Oh, is it a wharf? Okay.
We have Garrick, and now we have Worf. Another Star Trek characters are gonna show up.
That's weird. Why even put that in there? I don't understand.
Because that's her coming around the corner. Why
Like, couldn't you
her
just
journey,
cut to this? Like, why
Her
show-
journey to the house. It's like Alice in Wonderland. You got to show the journey.
Okay.
Or
okay.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
When she laughs at all the religious artifacts.
Excuse me.
My lucky day.
Hi.
Yeah.
You want to buy a
Yeah. That's the subtext.
Lunch.
Yeah,
Dad.
lasciviousness.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello, sweetie. Come here. Here you go.
Oh, great.
Here's a six-pack.
He just threw him a 6-pack.
Wow.
Those are gonna be
I'll give you the grand tour if we ever get this goddamn bed moved.
very bubbly.
She's upstairs. Look, be gentle with her, okay? She hates moving.
Those two guys should be able to pull that mattress upstairs.
All right.
I agree.
I'll be nice.
It's
They just
not
want some
like
beer. They want a
the
beer break.
heaviest thing in the world. Like, come
Well, it
on.
reminds me of the classic Friends thing when they were moving a bed up the stairs, and it's just difficult to get it up the stairs because of the the turn of the
Mhm.
stairs.
Yeah.
The whole pivot. It's a famous thing.
Right. I mean, I don't know that, but that sounds like a Friends thing.
Yeah, it's interesting that she didn't. A different version of the story is she would have just shown up with them in the beginning. This whole I got my own room, like that is
Yeah, yeah.
very specific.
Come in.
Yeah, it's strange.
Oh, here we go. I forgot this.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
now
all
we
wet.
get some flashbacks.
That's right. Who are you?
Julia. Okay, that's what
The
that
man of
character's
your
name is.
nightmares.
Frank. I'm brother Frank.
Oh, yes.
I came for the wedding.
I want to watch this movie in black and white because these are just like classic noir, like
Yeah.
shots and like. It is very deadpan and very flat.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice to know.
Talking about nothing.
Do you have a towel?
Have you got a towel?
Kirsty, there's one in the bathroom.
Have you got a
Oh, by the
towel?
way, did Daddy tell you I got a room? It's not that big, but it's okay.
Oh, we're still talking about the room. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess she has to be like away from the house for a while. Like while this other
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
goes
that's right.
on.
You're totally right. Yep. Yeah, she can't just hang out. But they could have done a thing where she shows up and goes, "Ew, I'm not gonna stay here. I'll go find my own room."
Yeah, they could have. It's true. It's like she was against it before she even saw it.
Yeah, she knew better. I mean, look at that shot. What's happening? I love it.
I have no idea. That was
It's
weird.
great. It's very Lynchian. It's just like characters just in their own little emotional world.
Yeah, yeah. But that's not her mother. They did establish
Yes.
that. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
What shall we drink to?
To pain.
Wedded bliss?
Is that his voice for real?
I'm sure you are.
It does seem like it's overdubbed or something.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, but like, was this guy British or something?
What about Larry?
What about Larry?
Larry who?
Forget him.
This is very Twin Peaks. Like the music. This is almost like a young what's her name? Sarah, Laura's mom, you know.
Oh.
This is before she married Leland or something, or like, you know, it's like it's the same style, this like psychosexual drama, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
This 80s style that it's shot in, and
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess it's interesting that she starts this affair like before they were even married.
Is that what happened? Oh,
He-
that's right, because he said, "Can he kiss the
He
bride?"
said he
Yeah.
came for the wedding.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the thing. This is the fucking thing right here that drives me crazy. This nail thing.
Because he's nailing her.
'Cause- no, that's not the reason, but that is true. So he cuts his hand on the nail,
Mhm.
and then that blood is what gets the plot going.
Oh, okay.
And I just think that's ridiculous.
What are you gonna do? Something's gotta happen.
Please.
I agree. I just find that it's so arbitrary.
I'll do anything you want.
Like, it's just, I don't know.
But isn't that what makes it interesting that it's such a happenstance thing? Like,
It's like nothing
if
could have
not
happened.
for that nail.
But he cut his hand on a nail, and
Yeah.
then he bleeds
That's
in this
life.
room.
I love this look. Like, get away from me! What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? What do you want?
Yeah,
Like,
like,
why are
he
you
doesn't
thrusting
wanna
your
look at-
hand down?
Because he's afraid of the blood.
Oh,
so it's
okay, okay.
It is
Like,
a really bad.
I
cut.
guess they don't have running water or whatever, like, because otherwise it'd be like, go to a sink.
Yeah. I think it's really just for all this here.
Yeah.
Just take it easy. Just take it easy. It's going to be all right. Let's get you to the hospital.
But yeah, I think there's a. I'm probably gonna get the details wrong, but I think there's a Friday the 13th sequel where, like, the initial murder happens because like a character, like, takes another character's candy bar, or something along those lines. Like that incites the whole movie.
Will you
Mm.
I don't know.
Sure. The keys are in the kitchen.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's one of those things where, most movies have some contrivance that you got to go along with. And
Mhm.
it's probably the kind of thing where if I enjoyed other parts of the movie more, it wouldn't bother me that much.
Yeah,
But
I gotcha. But you gotta love the visual thing of him nailing her, and then Frank gets nailed, and
yeah, yeah, I didn't really think about that pun aspect before.
now, if I'm thinking intellectually, I don't know why this is happening. I mean, I guess it's just the residuals of his dead body and things. But I kind of thought all
Yeah,
that went to the other dimension, but I guess something got left over.
yeah. I mean, I'm like kind of okay with that just because I don't mind like some inexplicable things happening in horror,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think because this has such like a specific like context for what the box is and what the Cenobites are and what they do and why, like it bothers me a little more that it's like, did they fuck up or like like has this never happened before? Like it raises all these questions.
Blood getting spilled on the place where somebody was killed. Like,
Yeah, through the box. Like, is it just like a accident
we
or
might
did
find
they
out
mess
because
up?
I don't know. I think we'll find out. I think it has something to do with Frank trying to escape hell. Maybe I kind of forgot now.
Okay. I mean, he does eventually want to escape. I don't know. Like,
I do appreciate the creature effects. Very the thing.
yeah, and that's actually my least favorite part of the thing as well. So that's definitely not my favorite. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like, I prefer this to CGI for the record, but
Yeah.
the gross, slimy creature
Yeah.
stuff is like not my favorite thing in horror.
Yeah.
But it is super the thing.
Yeah. I appreciate how gross it is. It's not my thing, but
Yeah,
they did succeed in it being gross.
that has its place, and I will not deny it.
Mhm.
Listen, I'm gonna pass out. And he said, "Oh no, of course you're not, old boy. Of course you're not." Next thing you know, I'm on the floor, and he's standing there like he's the one who needs help.
He probably was afraid you were going to sue him.
I should do it.
Are they in England?
Look, you know all
Everyone
about
is
this.
I know, right?
American.
Wait, are they trying to say she's not British? And her home turf is New England?
Oh, jeez.
Like, are they just not
Oh, maybe it's
acknowledging it?
maybe she was.
I don't
I don't
remember.
Like, she was living abroad for a long time when she grew
Mhm.
up or something?
No, she got that accent from going there later in life.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it raises questions. Or it's just like they know all the expats. That's who
it.
they have
It's an
over.
expat party. Yeah.
I think we ought to be making a move, too.
No, Bill. Absolutely not. This is the night of the paper hat here. We're celebrating something. So sit down.
You have to come to us next.
Yeah, real soon.
Paper hat?
I thought he might explain it.
What does...
I thought he made like a birthday hat, like we wear at a party, maybe.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. That's a weird line. Okay.
it's British.
Yeah, I know, right? I was thinking maybe it was some British custom, but now I'm not sure.
Does it still hurt?
What?
Oh,
The fact that she doesn't love you anymore.
Ouch. Did she ever? I mean, that's my question. Like I was saying earlier, like
I think
she's
she did. She wanted to marry him, but I think maybe not that much love. Or
she started the affair before the wedding, so it's like, you know what I mean?
It's Frank's fault, though.
Like it's different from a marriage that goes on for a while and becomes stale,
Yeah.
which is the sense I
Well,
have in something like Lost Highway.
yeah, but that's what's interesting about this because it's a one-time thing that happened years ago that's still haunting her.
Yeah,
That now that her marriage is stale, right?
right.
She didn't keep the
Yeah.
affair going. Now that it is stale, it makes her want to be with Frank even more
Want to return
because
to that.
she
I
has
mean,
all the lifetime of regret.
to a point that is hard for me to grasp that she's like
Yeah.
okay with this like level of
Mm-hmm.
grossness. Because it's like, oh, Frank, you were so good. I don't care that you're a bloody skeleton now.
Hey,
You're still hotter
the
than Andrew
he's
Robinson.
a sharp nail, as they say.
Yikes.
I also love this beating heart, like the telltale heart.
Mm-hmm. It's me.
Give me a kiss.
Julia?
Yes.
Maybe that's why they did overdubs, because they used a different voice for this,
Okay.
and they wanted it to
Yeah.
match.
Who are you?
I said, don't look. Help me.
But don't look at me, but help me.
Why should I help you?
Me. Who you are?
Frank.
Frank, what?
There's a lot of Franks in the world.
It's me.
Mhm.
It's really me.
Now here's the thing.
His blood.
They don't know
on
that
the
Frank was
floor.
dead.
It brought me back.
So this would be more shocking if they knew he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
I guess she's about to sort of say that. Okay, yeah.
Just help me, will you?
And see, what's weird is
Please,
now
God,
he sounds like a
me.
40s gangster. Like, just help me, will ya? Like,
Meh,
it's like,
meh.
yeah, he needs a cigarette. Like he sort of becomes a different person.
Be a doll and help me.
Yeah, exactly. And she's in her own world. I don't know what movie she's in, but she's not in this one yet. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like in a way she's there because at a certain point it's like we need someone normal to finish this movie and
Yes.
everybody else is dead or like beyond the
yeah,
pale.
or weird. Yeah, yeah.
But like for a long time she isn't a focus, so it's just kind of strange.
You can't leave me like this. You can't.
What are you? What
Exactly.
like how I couldn't I
We need
the fact that she buys into this, like, I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
you have to heal me.
I think they do a decent job of getting her to that point. At least right here in the dialogue, right? He's back. The blood healed him, but he needs more blood. Like it's not a million miles between each thought that she has to connect, but it's not perfect, obviously. But
No, I'm here.
I think the idea of her being able to recreate her, her lover, is a strong pull. And
Yeah.
all they have to do is get her to get blood from people she doesn't like or
Right.
someone she doesn't respect.
But
until
it's
it
just, it's
escalates.
such a huge, like, what she has to do and the fact that, like, what is going on here? Like,
Mhm.
this work?
She's
Like,
definitely not asking a lot of questions.
what are you? Like, what, like, you used to be human. Like, what is this?
And the thing is, she doesn't know. I mean, like again, she doesn't. That looks like a Lynch character too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
It's like the man behind Winkies
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of vibe.
She's uptight and frigid.
I beg your pardon.
I was gonna say
I beg your pardon.
something.
We're not all frigid.
Oh, about her
Oh no,
getting Frank back. Yeah,
that's not what I heard.
that's weird.
Well, you must have been speaking to all the wrong people.
Now, what's happening here? Like, he was at the party.
He was at the party, and yeah, I guess they were
Is he
making
one of those
eyes, and
people's sons or something?
yeah,
Or
I guess.
are they just
If
meeting?
they said that, I don't remember. Or maybe they knew each other already and she brought him to the party. I'm really not sure.
A lot of questions.
There are a lot of questions.
And so now her dilemma is: do I get blood to bring Frank back, or do I sleep next to this my whole life?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything?
Oh, see, she made a promise.
Yeah. Anything. Can I be
Yeah.
specific about what anything might entail?
Ah.
Because you might be thinking normal anything, but I don't
Mhm.
mean that.
Oh, I was gonna say she doesn't know that he died necessarily, so she might think he was injured badly. Ah!
I mean, it's still, yeah. If she thinks that, it still doesn't make sense that like blood heals him. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not the normal way that healing works.
So if you needed a blood transfusion, that blood's not gonna heal you.
Well, okay, but not like this. You don't just spill it on the floor and
Oh,
you
look who went to medical school all of a
suck
sudden.
it up.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Ooh la la. I knew you were Dr. Justin. I didn't know you were Dr. Justin.
I mean, I'm no expert on blood transfusions, but I don't
What's
think they
happening
work like that.
here?
Is this a dream
I
sequence?
feel like I've never seen this movie. I'm forgetting all these things.
I don't remember this at all. I don't understand what's going on here. Is someone else dreaming?
There was a baby involved.
Yeah, why is there a baby? Blood baby? Is Frank the blood baby?
He's a blood baby. Congratulations, it's a boy.
Who even was that? Oh, it was his dream.
No, it's her dream.
Okay, alright. It's just weird because they cut to him waking
I
up.
know,
But okay.
yeah.
So wait, was that him in the dream? I don't even know who that
I
was.
couldn't tell.
Okay.
Because-
I was dreaming.
Okay, yeah, it was her dream. That makes more sense, but
Daddy.
is that who it was? It was Andrew Robinson?
yeah, there must have been. It was a weird shot, but
Yeah, I could not tell. Yeah, I don't
So it's an omen. She gets a premonition of the danger to
that
come.
there's something, yeah. But it's so vague. Like, what can she even say? Like, I had this weird dream.
Watch out for the feathers.
Watch out for the feathers. Yeah.
Never better.
Never better. Oh boy.
I love you, sweetie.
I love you too, Daddy. Bye.
So like, who sent the dream? Like, is it just arbitrary? Like, she just happened to have a dream? Like, is there a reason? I don't know. It's just sort of vague. Like,
Yeah.
there's shit in the
Intuition.
air. Did Frank
Yeah.
send it? Yeah, is she like psychic or something?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit psychic.
Are you serious?
I mean, I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know if there's an
all right.
explanation for that.
All right. I thought maybe like later on they actually reveal like she's psychic, but maybe not.
Not from
All right, so now we're in this phase.
Yeah. Which, yeah, this reminds me of The Shining. Just some of the aesthetics of the bar.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Not much.
Like, I appreciate that, even though I'd want more dialogue and more like questions answered between her and Frank, like there is something nice about it just being like there's a lot of what's happening just not being said.
You know,
And it
I was
just moves
thinking
through the
about
plot
that,
points.
and I think like if it was shorter, I almost because I feel like in a way this is like a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Yeah.
Like, I think if it was shorter, somehow the truncatedness wouldn't bother me as much. I just,
Yeah.
because it's drawn out to feature length, it makes you just I don't need too much. I know like in horror, it's not like in horror like characters just ask questions all the time. It's just such a huge leap to make. And you know, if I compare it to like Jack Nicholson's like downfall in The Shining or whatever, like it's a gradual thing and she just leaps to this place. You know, and it just feels a bit rushed to
I do
me.
think he might not know what is gonna happen. Like, does she know that means this guy's gonna die, or he's just gonna Frank's gonna take a little blood? Like, does she
Mhm.
really has she really thought through the implications?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
But
so
it's
the fact that
like
there's so much vagueness, then we can't really know what she's really thinking
that's
exactly.
true. That's true.
And see, now he's about to deserve it.
Right. Yeah. That's yeah. It makes sense to write it that way because then it's like,
Hmm.
well, this guy's gonna get murdered, so you know. I mean, in the end, like she doesn't really give a shit, but like,
Hmm.
yeah, I think for the first one, it makes sense to have it go down like that.
But
Softens the
you know,
blow
in
a
a different
bit.
story, there would be a refusal, right? She'd say, "No, Frank, I can't do that," and then
Yeah.
she'd go, and there'd be a beat of
No.
her back with her husband, and then something happens, and then she
Yeah.
realizes, like, okay, I do want to help Frank.
We
Yeah.
don't need a bed, do we?
No, I suppose not.
Is he British?
It sounded a little British to me.
I've always preferred the floor.
That line just never works.
First time for everything.
It's just like, really, no one's ever said that.
I've always
Prefer it.
preferred the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the grossest room in the grossest house. Let's have sex here.
Yeah, yeah.
He just couldn't resist those star-shaped earrings.
Was that a thing in the 80s?
Clearly.
Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us, what was the ear fashion of the decade?
I mean, the hair is definitely very 80s, but yeah, I'm not as familiar with the earrings. So does well, okay. I mean, I'll find out soon. I don't actually remember how this plays out.
You know you are. Loveliest woman.
Yeah, this guy's definitely British.
Hmm.
Oh, Christ.
What's wrong?
One minute. Too much drink. Empty the old bladder.
Blada.
Just like Jason Statham.
Did you lock this?
Okay.
Oh wow.
She is gonna do the
Okay.
murder. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. So that's a bit much. That's a bit much. She went
It's a lot.
from level 1 to level million pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which is like, it's interesting in a way, but I do feel like more character development could have made this more plausible.
Don't look at me.
Because like on the surface, like this is this is insane.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. Just leave me the corpse, and
Yeah, let me
I'll
swap up his blood.
eat it like an injured person does.
Yep, classic medicine. I do love that little shot though, that little door closing as he grabs the body.
Yeah, yeah.
That also reminds me of The Shining, that bear costume man
Mhm.
shot.
Yeah,
You look
yeah,
through the door
yeah.
and they're looking back at you.
Something going on in a room that's
Mm-hmm.
illicit and you shouldn't see it.
Don't look at me. Yeah.
Yeah. Separate faucets. That seems old fashioned.
Mm-hmm. One for hot, one for cold.
But I guess it's a whole old house. You didn't get it all, honey.
No, she missed some.
Are you about to like get down? Like, why are you in your underwear? Just because it was bloody?
I think she took off the bloody clothes or something. Wow.
She just wants to see
It's a
like what
mess.
happened. I'm better now.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Just the old Frank you remember.
See, it's making me whole again. Every drop of blood you spill puts more flesh on my bones. And we both want that, don't we?
Yeah, I think what's weird is the guy playing this Frank isn't the guy who played the original Frank.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't
Come
know
here,
why
tell
they
me who I
did
wanna
that.
touch you.
Like a normal movie would cast the same actor for the
Mhm.
two roles.
Also, remember, we're like 30 something minutes in and 40 minutes in. Do you remember the Cenobites?
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you forget that they were even in the movie.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a long time before they
And
come
the puzzle
back.
box and all that stuff. It
Yeah,
hasn't been about
yeah.
that for a long time.
Yeah. It's definitely setting up questions for you to ask, and
Yeah.
if you remember that you should care about that.
Oh no, she's gonna carry
What is she gonna do with it?
Come out, wherever you are. Ha ha ha! I'll be all the oxygen free.
Damn, Frank, can't you just eat those? Like, what are you
He
doing?
just needs the blood. That's what's interesting too. He just needs the blood. He doesn't want
Yeah.
all the bones and
All the other
gristle.
stuff. Wait, where did she put it?
In a room.
Just in a different room.
Yeah.
Are you in there? You want a cookie, little girl?
Yikes.
Never say that again.
Yeah, why did he say in that voice?
Is there anything I can get you?
Maybe.
Why is he carrying a cookie around?
It's coming right up.
I'll be down
Yeah, and isn't it a biscuit?
in a minute.
It is a biscuit. You're right. That's a good point. And he should know that.
She's like, I don't want a cookie, but a biscuit I could go for.
Biscuits are good. She's just going back in. Okay.
I'm hurting. My nerves are beginning to work again.
Good.
You're working my
Maybe
nerves.
two.
Not
To
again.
heal me completely. Then we can
Oh, she tries to refuse now?
Mm-hmm.
I was
Too
willing to do one
much.
murder,
Oh, here we
but
go.
not two.
They find I've
See?
slipped them.
Yeah.
I must get away from here.
So he like escaped.
He
That
escaped
whole
somehow.
Thing, the blood opened a doorway to let him escape or something.
Yeah.
Just a moment.
Just a bloody moment.
Put on some music, will you, babe?
Poor Larry, obedient as ever.
Keep your voice down.
Don't want Babe to hear.
You're hurting.
You won't cheat me, will you? You'll stay with me, help me. Then we can be together the way we were before. We belong to each other now. For better, for worse.
Worse.
Love. Real.
So much love. I haven't seen you in all those years.
Yeah. I basically forgot about you until you became useful to me, but I guess that's not troubling you.
I'm sorry, I'm new here. You're gonna have to wait.
You know, that's what it is.
Could you not do that, please?
She reminds me of
That's a problem too, because he's out to lunch right now.
I want to see somebody in charge.
Mulholland Drive, Betty.
Then you're gonna have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Even the voice, like,
Excuse me.
What are you doing?
I'm here to watch. I love this.
Give those back.
Give those back. Yeah, somebody does that.
Oh my
It's time to quit.
Yup.
God. Get out. You get out of here.
This is not a restaurant.
Hmm.
They have monkeys?
You saw a monkey? Oh, I heard
Hi.
a monkey.
It's like, yeah, the
Just came
sound.
by to see what you were doing after work.
Maybe it's a bird that sounds
What's
like a
wrong?
monkey. It'd be weird to have monkeys.
I agree. I just thought I saw a monkey.
Does he just work with her at the animal place? Is this what's happening?
He
That's
said
weird.
he said it came by to see you. So
Oh, I
I,
missed
I
it.
don't think he works there.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems like they knew each other. I don't know.
You sure
I
we're not
really
going to be
don't know.
interrupted?
Quite sure.
Only I like to be careful.
Be more careful.
Slurp, slurp.
Yeah. Hey, man's gotta eat.
Oh, he was like in the underwear. Like the other guy was like not undressed at all.
Yeah. Well, because he's gonna go to the bathroom.
Right. Right.
He's like, "Are you taking the piss?" See, that's what's interesting. The first murder she did, and it was a little bit too far too fast. The second murder, she got the guy in the house, but then Frank did it. But now she's like, I'm liking this.
Yeah.
See, now you smoke it. Yeah, he's such a.
I can taste that.
This is such a noir.
It's a long time since I tasted anything.
Got a shirt on.
Mm-hmm.
You promised me an
Oh.
explanation.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Off screen, I
This
guess.
is it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me
No,
see.
don't touch it. It's dangerous. It opens doors.
What kind of doors?
Doors to the pleasures of heaven or hell. I didn't care which. I thought I'd gone to the limits. I hadn't.
And now we're back to the opening
The
scene.
Cenobites gave me an experience
So
beyond
really, that opening scene was a flash forward.
pain and pleasure.
Sort of.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting. Although chronologically it wasn't.
Yeah. But like, theoretically, they could have not left that out and showed it here.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think that would have been okay. It just would have been less of a punchy opening.
I think, but yeah, I think there was too much time in between. There was so much time that there was very little horror or anything. And then you do need to establish the box.
They
I
won't
think.
get me back.
Yeah.
Why not? How do you
I'm
know?
going to live and you're going to help me, yes?
Yes. They'll never find us. Not in the whole wide world.
They'll never find us? Like, is she talking about the Cenobites?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Because he said they're coming to get me and I gotta leave.
But you don't even.
Yeah,
This
she's
kinda
just
stuff
saying
made me sick.
things. She doesn't know their power.
Like, yeah.
But she's just saying, hey, we'll make it work. She's being naive.
Okay. Okay.
So we can watch something.
It's just like you just learned that these things exist, and like how could you? From what you've seen, like how could you think that you?
I
Can
always
evade
like that
them.
line. He said, "The pleasures of heaven or hell." I didn't care which.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
What was that?
that whole idea of the
I
pleasure
think I
and
left the
pain
window
being
open upstairs.
two sides
I'll
of
go
the same
see.
coin.
No.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing. Larry?
That's definitely a big Clive Barker fixation.
Yeah.
It's just that I hate the thunder.
You're safe.
Oh.
Where is Frank?
This is nothing.
He's up.
So many of those shots that they have of him, I'm like, where are you peering from? Like,
He's in
where
that
are you-
room, right?
Look, he was looking as if he can see them.
Yeah.
Like, is he on the stairs?
I don't know
Like,
if that makes sense. But yeah, maybe he went out on the stairs. I guess it's possible. There's no like rule that he has to stay in that room, right? It's just that
Please.
like he doesn't want other people to see
We'll
him.
both go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Larry, please.
Don't worry about it. Come on.
Larry, you make bad decisions.
He's just gonna hide though, right? Like it's too early
We're at the
for him
midpoint.
to actually find anything.
I guess I haven't seen this movie in longer than I thought. I'm kind of forgetting
okay.
what's coming next.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I do think he hides. I think you're right that it's not here.
Yeah.
This is the fake out. The
Yeah.
classic horror fake out.
Yeah, it's like the music swells, you think he's gonna find something, and
It's probably a rat.
yeah,
I told you.
just a rat.
Nothing to be afraid of.
Oh my god.
Who
Did you
nailed
see-
the rats in
did
the
you see-
wall?
What's going on with the rat? Did Frank do that? What the fuck's going on with those rats?
Yikes.
I don't even understand.
Frank must have done that.
Was he using the rat blood, or he just likes torturing rats for no particular reason? Like,
Yeah. I think it's just
what the fuck,
a
Frank?
sign of his sinister nature. Who
You
was
know,
that?
I thought he was bad, but
Didn't somebody just walk across?
yeah, that
the
was Frank,
screen?
right?
I thought that was Christy. I thought it was a woman.
Oh, I better.
But why is she still here? What
If
was-
that's Kirsty in her parents' bedroom.
Okay. It was Frank hiding in the closet.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I felt like
So
it
that's
had
why
to
he
be-
wasn't. That's why he wasn't in the room.
Yeah,
He was down in this
exactly.
room.
Exactly. Yeah, so now we're gonna have this like reverse Blue Velvet scene.
So Blue Velvet.
We're like
Yeah.
Frank's in the closet.
Yeah.
No. No, please don't. No.
Blue Velvet has a Frank too, an evil Frank.
Yep.
Please.
Is he holding a dead? Yeah.
Larry does not understand consent.
Oh my god.
He's
Yeah.
saying no for a while.
Is this a dream? Like, is this really happening?
What's dreamlike about this?
Like, he just cut open a rat behind them, and he didn't notice. But yeah, you're totally right. Like, it's actually
All over me. and
disturbing in a different way that he just like
Yeah.
didn't give a shit.
I just don't understand you.
I don't understand you. You keep saying no, and I don't listen. And
I don't know what you want.
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have come back.
Come back. So they went
Certainly
somewhere.
worse than this.
oh, he's talking about Brooklyn.
Look,
Oh, they were here before.
so there must be something worth loving.
To America.
I wish it were that simple.
I don't know.
I got a real problem here, kiddo. She doesn't even want to leave the house.
Except when she leaves the house.
It's like she's
I guess he doesn't know that because she's bringing home men.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's way beyond me. Look, would you
Uh-oh.
stop by sometime? Try to make friends?
Sure.
I mean, who knows? Maybe all she needs is somebody to talk to.
You can't love it.
Like Frank.
No, I don't.
So where's the harm?
When did you start torturing rats,
find
and
us somebody else
why?
before they come looking.
Huh?
Now.
Like, it's not hot to torture rats. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
Ah, Kirsty's gonna find out. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about this. So this is where, like, she actually enters the plot.
Yeah.
Don't make that face. It's like she
I know.
saw, but I don't think it's really true.
I get lonely sometimes.
You don't have to explain.
We all get lonely sometimes.
Everybody does.
There we go.
Yep.
So lonely, we'll murder random strangers for a rat
Mhm.
torturing blood fleshy thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this? A game?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Does she see? Like, I don't
No,
understand.
Christ!
You might have heard, but give me that blood.
I want your blood.
Get out of here.
Please! Don't let him kill me!
Oh, he's British too.
Yeah, he was definitely British. Don't let him kill me.
Don't let him kill me. I'm a goblin. I am. I'm on my way to Mordor.
What is making that sound?
Is he slurping the blood?
Is that what it was? Okay.
Heard that door close.
I mean, she saw him go in, so it's not like
Mm-hmm.
there's not an easy way out of this. And I don't actually remember where this goes.
Oh, that's where he goes.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go all the way here already.
Oh, all the way here.
Yep.
No.
Kirsty,
She said no.
It's Uncle Frank.
you're in. Come to Daddy.
Get the fuck off of me!
Come to daddy.
Home to Daddy. Yikes.
Grown. You're beautiful.
Don't touch
See,
me.
there's a different
Don't
there's a
touch
different
me.
version of
No,
this
help me.
where
What do you
Julia is her mother, and they insinuate that Frank's actually her father,
Uh-huh.
which is what I feel like they were almost suggesting.
Yeah.
You make your daddy so proud, don't you? Beautiful.
Yeah, I think the come to daddy's just more of a sexual.
To try
Yeah.
and pretend I was dreaming all the pain, but don't you kid yourself. Some things have to be endured, and that's what makes the pleasure so sweet.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
indeed.
You're still a blood
Yeah.
flesh
you're gonna-
guy.
Oh no.
Ah.
Give me that.
No.
Give it to me.
You want it?
One last time. Give me that box.
You want it?
Give me the box.
You want it? Fucking have it!
Wait. Can he not go outside? It's like some kind of vampire. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Huh. I do wonder if he is stuck. He's not stuck in the room clearly. But in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah. Like
So
he said no, like, oh, there's no way I can
because
get it
there is
now.
something tethering them there, I think, because otherwise he could leave. Couldn't he just leave and then hide from the Cenobites without being fully reformed? Like maybe he does have to
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe
stay.
so.
It's Frank. You remember? It's Uncle Frank. Frank.
We have no idea what her experience of Frank was.
Correct.
So it's just like I don't even
He
know what to
says you
think about
remember,
that.
like, I think we're supposed to believe he was probably never really around and
Yeah.
he barely knows him. Because, you know, he's like, oh, you grew up and you're beautiful and, like, you
Yeah.
remember me. That's what you say to someone you haven't seen since they were a kid.
Yeah. But yeah, this
It's a great shot, whatever that means.
this is an escalation that I think signals we're moving into a new phase here.
Mm-hmm.
Because like so far this thing was going on and no one knew about it.
You're awake?
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's
Oh, it
just
was just a
watching,
thing on TV.
Good girl.
What happened?
watching flowers bloom.
I'll get the doctor.
Wait a minute. How did I get here?
I won't be a moment.
In 1957. Where are they?
You've been committed.
Please get back into bed.
I have to call my father.
That's easily arranged, but first, back.
No, seriously, what happened?
Important. It really is.
First
I'm
things
very
first.
confused.
We'll get your telephone.
It almost seems like this should
She
be a dream
passed out.
sequence.
Yeah,
Okay.
she passed out
What
walking
about
down the
this? Ringing
street.
the bells? You were hanging on to it like grim death.
Okay, well,
I don't remember.
Well, the police will want to speak to you. You know that.
Oh, Christ.
In the meantime, maybe this will jog your memory.
The police want to speak to you about why you were passed out? I don't know if that's a real thing.
yeah. I thought maybe they found a body at the house, but I guess that's not necessarily true.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is a weird place to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you gotta, I guess, have her isolated to be able to
Yeah.
open the box.
Ah, okay, that's where. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So now she knows what's at stake.
I mean, puzzle boxes are always fun. There's
Yeah.
certainly a puzzle box of a similar shape in Mulholland Drive.
Mm-hmm. I always thought it was a very easy puzzle.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be that hard. And in Mulholland
Yeah.
Drive, it was just a key.
Yeah.
It's really more that you engage with it.
Like it's doing all this by itself.
I'm
Frank
gonna
has to do
open
that.
for you. Deal with it. You
I wonder
open the
if-
box. It's your
I do
fault.
wonder if that's because they're trying to find Frank and so
Mm-hmm.
they're on the other side.
Just
waiting.
made it happen.
Yeah. That's the other thing I like about it, just the idea of this device that, you know, it gives you access to other dimensions or change. You know,
Mhm.
the way it incorporates into the real world, you know, to show that I've always thought was interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Now this is a funny shot where you get to see the bad special effects. This little monster that's gonna attack her. There's a
Yeah.
shot at the very end where you see the wheels that it's on, like in the shot.
Yeah, yeah.
This thing that only happens in horror movies. The wall opened up and there's an infinite corridor. Let me walk down it.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I keep expecting a dream sequence, but I guess this is.
I know the whole movie's a dream.
I guess this is
I
all
agree,
real.
Yeah, yeah. Unless it's all in her dream the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. There was that one dream sequence, but ever since then, I don't know. So what is this thing?
just a creature. I don't know. It's a hell
It's a random
monster.
creature. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see the wheels.
You see the yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
wheelbarrow thing.
I never noticed it before.
Yeah, like I don't know if this thing is considered a Cenobite, right? I
That's
think
what I'm saying. Like, it's not even
Yeah.
clear how it relates. But she got there by opening the box, so
Yeah.
like, it seems like it should. It's gonna be a Kool-Aid Man shot here. Open?
Yeah, open, close, same thing.
Okay. Who made blood go on the IV?
Oh, that IV needs changing.
Yeah.
Oh! He might be my least favorite. In terms of scary wise.
Mm-hmm.
No eyes,
Chatterbox?
chatter. Yeah.
What is it? Chattertooth?
Let me fill your tongue. Chattering? I think it's just chattering Cenobite.
I think that one's the worst for me.
The fat one?
Yeah.
You opened
Yeah.
it. We came.
I didn't really open it. I just messed with it, and
Yeah.
then it opened itself.
Summon us. Explorers in the further regions of experience. Demons to some, angels to others.
Yeah, I love that. It's all perspective.
We can't. Not alone. You solved the box. We came. Now you must come with us.
Again, I must
Taste our
quibble.
pleasures.
I don't think it counted. I feel like they should admit, like, we made the box open. Like, why are they bullshitting?
It's a waste of good suffering. No time for argument.
You've done this before, right?
Many, many times.
To a man called Frank Cotton.
Oh, yes.
He escaped you.
Nobody escapes us.
Oh, here's the other thing. He didn't. Oh, so they didn't open it to try to find Frank. He didn't even know. They didn't even
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Supposing he had escaped us. What has that to do with you?
know. I love that. It's neither here nor there.
You can take him back instead of me.
We didn't even know he left, so how much can we really care?
Yeah.
Then maybe. But if you need us, we'll tear your soul apart.
She'll tell them everything.
Your soul or your body, or both?
I warn Larry first.
That's probably her now.
Because I'm just saying.
Police?
It doesn't make any difference.
Don't you care?
What I care about is a new skin.
Maybe we should just leave.
It's a new
Like
skin.
this. Look at me.
She said maybe we should just leave, and he just goes like this, look at me. Like, he gave no indication that he can't leave, just that he shouldn't leave looking like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
What is it?
Hello, dear.
I don't know where to begin.
What are you talking about?
It's best you see for yourself.
So now they're like,
Locked
okay,
in
we
here,
need
safe and
somebody. Let's
sound.
just take my
I
husband.
unlocked the door.
Yeah.
Well, she's not here now.
I'll start looking for her.
Maybe
Who
she's
are
going
you,
back
by
to
the way?
Oh no!
her father's house.
Why do you have visitation
He's the
rights?
Kyle MacLachlan in the story that you know, Blue Velvet. Where
Yep.
he's just not the central character.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Or sort of like the roles are reversed. Like the Laura Dern character is the one going through all the shit, and he's just like following along. I love blood on my face.
Good for the pores.
Daddy! Daddy, it's me! It's Kirsten!
Oh, so this is a great reversal. Because Frank's gonna look like the dad, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that makes sense. Like he took his skin. Oh, is that the idea? Like he wasn't gonna regenerate his own skin. And
I
face.
guess. Yeah.
He needed.
What's the matter?
He needed
I
a new
want to see
skin.
my father!
Of course.
You can see
What happened to the
the
blood
one
on
who
her
looks
face?
like.
Was that in the flashback? Like the smearing blood on the face thing?
Daddy?
Yeah, he's all sweaty like Frank.
But yeah, I feel like the blood should have restored his old skin eventually. Like, that just seems more logical to me, but whatever. What do I know?
I need to talk to you.
Of course. It's okay, baby. Julia told me everything.
Don't worry about this weird blood
Your brother Frank
wringing
is
my
upstairs.
head and
He's upstairs
neck.
and he's trying to kill you. He's gonna kill you.
Now, wait. Whatever Frank did was unspeakable. It's unspeakable.
You mean whatever Frank is unspeakable?
But believe me, it's finished with now.
Why is it finished?
Look at that blood around his hairline. Where like
What does gone mean?
this, you know, the skin is stitched together or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Insane, baby. Like a mad dog. I had to put him out of his misery. Jesus, what a scene. When I'm feeling better, I'll go to the police and try to make them understand.
It's also weird how his voice changed.
I don't really understand.
I know that's just a practical thing, but his voice should sound the way it did before.
No, I'm okay.
Frank's had 3 different voices this whole
Yep.
movie, so it's alright.
Poor Frank.
I don't believe this. I don't believe this.
Believe it.
Yeah, he's gonna like say come to daddy later and that's what you'll realize.
Yeah,
it's
you're
I
right.
need to see him.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Show her.
Yikes. But I guess at this point it's not crazier than other shit she's already seen.
Yeah. Oh, we're here.
He's right out there. I guess she didn't know that.
We want the man who did this.
No. No, that wasn't the deal. He's my father, and you can't have him. No!
Ah, hand.
Dusty.
Move!
She doesn't even know where she's keeping her from. She's running for Cenobites right now, lady.
Yeah. Yeah, what is like
What's the matter?
you can't leave and go to the
Wait,
police?
I
Like
told you all
I'm not
that's
even
over
sure.
with now.
No, it's not. We've got to get out of here.
No, stay with us. We can all be happy here.
Come to daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Come to Daddy.
Oh my God.
Come to Daddy.
The daddy.
Don't say- Yeah, come on, Frank. That's not
Ooh.
Ow. Is he more brittle than usual, or does she just have really sharp
Yeah.
ass nails?
Yeah, I think it's all both. I think maybe they skipped the process and he just put skin on top of his
much for the
not
cat
fully formed
on
corpse.
ship.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Mission Impossible. Like it works way better than it should.
Yes.
Like he even gets the voice.
Oh
Ah,
no!
little Yellow Jackets moment there. Well, you knew you were gonna get your comeuppance,
Oh!
right?
It's nothing personal, baby.
Oh, Frank didn't care about you.
Yeah, and you should have known that. All the signs were there.
Yeah.
Where are you, beautiful?
Always go upstairs. That's what they
Yeah, this
say.
house has 4 rooms and they're all upstairs.
Yeah, it's very Scream type thing going on here. Do you jump out the window? I don't even know what the plan is.
She'll hide in that suitcase.
It's like you need to get the Cenobites and tell them like Frank over there, like deal with them.
Oh Jesus!
Was that Jesus?
See what I did there?
Okay. Yeah, what did it, was that? Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter.
You don't know what Jesus looks like?
Well, yeah, I know what Jesus looks like. I was just wondering why I was in that cabinet.
Where do you keep your Jesus?
Out where everyone can see our Lord and Savior.
Flaunting your religion, I see.
Obviously. What else should one do?
Oh, too soon.
Like, why isn't she looking for the Cenobites? She knows he's Frank. She knows they want him. Like, isn't that the thing to do?
Yeah, she should have taken him to the room with the Cenobites.
Yeah. They literally said, like...
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Oh, that was just a random dead body?
That was the one, yeah.
Okay.
Earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, bring me the man who did this. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And, like, she didn't understand at the time, but, like, now she should.
And why can the Cenobites not open that door and, like, walk around the house?
Yeah, yeah. It's a good question.
Where did she think he went?
It's a great question.
I guess downstairs.
Oh man, yeah, you're not winning any Final Girl awards. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is really. Okay, now they're in a
Poor
room.
buddy.
Just by accident, seemingly.
Yeah. I don't even know how the Cenobites were able to show up without the box being opened. So.
Yeah, it's a good question.
No, don't mourn him. He was dead long before we ever touched him.
Bastard!
Now, hush now. Everything's all right. Frank's here.
Bastard!
Your dear old Uncle Frank.
Uh-oh.
What the hell is that?
Is that you, Uncle Frank?
Come to daddy. Pinhead daddy. That's actually, I'm surprised it's not a line. Come to daddy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One good turn deserves another.
Definitely.
I do love the change too, the like telekinesis.
Chains
change.
from nowhere.
It's just- yeah.
Yeah.
Chatter, chatter, chatter.
Chatter, chatter, chatter. That's what I do. I was really into teeth-based things.
He was a dental hygienist in a former way.
No. We had to hear it from your own lips. This isn't for your eyes.
You set me up.
No, I really didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if she did, but she kind of... I mean,
She should have set him up.
She
but...
set up the idea. She gave them the idea, but not the actual...
Yeah. Yeah, it's like they... That should be true, but... What you have done, no one else has ever accomplished.
Because we don't keep tabs on our inmates.
And we also wouldn't even know because we just found out about this by luck. Yeah, maybe Julie was right. They would have never found him if this specific sequence of events hadn't happened.
And even in this moment.
Of course.
Jesus wept.
Wept. Oh, they can't go down.
Leaving us so soon, are you?
You know I didn't really open a box, right?
Ha!
That shit opened
Half
itself.
opened it. Half opened it. That's Julia? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, she opened it. She opened it. Wait, what's happening? Why does she have the box?
Why does she have the box? It's a good question. How did they even... I'm very confused. Did they just put it there? I don't have a better explanation. Because she was already dead, and she's like chained up too, so...
We have such sights to show you.
Oh, shit. You got pins in your head.
No, don't do that.
I guess the idea is the box has been open this whole time, which is loud.
Yeah. Gladly.
Yeah, that's where my house is. I think this is a little bit of a weak climax.
Definitely.
Because she didn't really realize what she was up against until so late.
Yeah.
You know, so by the time she defeats it, it's a little bit accidental and not quite a
Yeah.
plan. And then this guy's
This
like,
fucking
hey!
guy.
Yeah.
What are you doing tonight, huh?
This house is falling apart.
It's a real dump in here. You said it was a fixer-upper.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Will you marry me?
Marry my teeth. Why didn't he get boxed?
Oh,
He's gotta like do extra box work.
Yeah.
It's like one.
Each step takes one away. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, and the blob needs one too. Okay, it wasn't even the box. Some shit just fell on him. All right.
That was a load-bearing beam.
We're actually just gonna leave him there. It's fine.
Let's get the hell out of here. Now!
Oh no.
Ah, here we go.
Oh God. No.
Open.
Finish the box, girl.
Seriously.
This makes it seem like this is a Cenobite.
Yeah, it does.
Look at the glass. Oh, good job. Oh, this is hilarious. I remember this part.
Oh, we're
Those
okay.
guys hand slapping fights.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we've definitely lost the plot at this point.
Yeah. Stop! See, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Couldn't help her, and he's like, no,
No, look away. I'm the box master now.
Yeah. Puzzle me this.
Wow. You really
He's
raised
like, I
some
think we need to
hell.
see other people. It's a little bit more high maintenance than I'm looking for right now.
Yeah, he's really like thrown into the shit like really
He doesn't. Yeah,
quickly.
it's like he should have been around for a different, better version of this story. Would have had them in the mystery earlier.
Yeah.
And them on the case together a bit.
Yeah.
He's missing so much of the story.
Yeah, he
should
just
be
shows
in
up.
shock of just like what is happening.
Yeah.
He's acting like he has any sense of like what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And he just saw like tiny pieces of it and like it was crazy and he has no context at all. I mean, she barely knows what's happened.
Yeah, she barely knows.
And it's like she knows a lot more than he does. So it's like.
So the house burned down?
I think that's the implication. Yeah.
Just like accidentally, or something caught fire.
Or
no. This is something else. They're somewhere else.
But they showed the picture burning. Like, didn't that imply the house burned?
But they sat here for 12 hours while the house burned down to rubble. Like,
don't ask me, but that's what it looks like.
And the fire department never came.
I don't. It makes no sense, but that's what it looks like.
But they're in a different place. There's a bridge behind them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this
you're
isn't where
right.
the house was.
That's not where the house was.
This is just some other thing. I don't
It's just a coincidence. Like the house is burning, and then this is a field where there's just a lot of fires.
Bonfires, homeless. Oh, so this is the guy who's like, I want my box back.
Yeah.
I'm the box master.
Is he the Hellraiser?
Oh, he's the hell. Look at him raising hell.
I really need to know who the Hellraiser is.
I thought the box was the Hellraiser.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're a demon dragon.
I'm a demon dragon skeleton.
I'm gonna fly away with
my box.
I gotta say that's pretty
Man,
surprising. That's pretty surprising.
this guy
Didn't see that
seen some
coming,
shit that evening.
right?
Yikes.
And then I love the circular nature of the story.
Yes, this is also very Tales from the Crypt.
Yes.
Coming back to like, and the cycle continues. Who will get the box next?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's you.
Exactly.
Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, I
Oh
mean, it's not a
man.
perfect movie, but it's got a lot of interesting parts.
I agree. I agree. I mean, there's something there. You know, it has endured for a reason. It's just, there's just so many things about it. I wish I could change. I would love to see a no offense, like a better director's version of this.
Maybe you're in luck because there's Hellraiser 2022,
I am
directed
certain that it will
by
not be better.
David Bruckner, who directed such hits as he directed The Night House. We were
The
talking about that.
the what?
Remember the Night House? That movie I said I wanted to see
Oh,
about the house at night.
The, the one about the House of Night? Okay.
He directed 2 episodes of Creep Show. Talk about Tales from the Crypt.
Okay.
We
Okay.
did VHS.
Okay.
Remember VHS? I didn't see it, but it was a big deal when it came out.
VHS is the remake of. No. Wait. What is VHS?
I think it's like a anthology horror thing. It's about people who find a VHS tape.
From what year?
Get more than they bargained for. Pretty recent. 2012.
Oh.
11 years ago.
2012.
Yeah. That's fine.
Is that not the remake of something?
Oh, he did a segment, yeah, because it's an anthology.
Oh, it's an anthology.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. Okay, yeah. I don't even know what that is. I don't think I've even heard of this. Oh. With all these people? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, look, maybe he is better than Clive Barker. You know, the thing about Clive Barker directing it is he knows what his own vision is. So
yes,
I do think like that's worth something. But I do think as far as movie goes, aside from like Clive Barker's crazy imagination, it can be a bit lacking.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just, if like Kubrick or I don't know, if like somebody got a hold of this who was like really a great director, it'd just be interesting to see if it could have been maybe more effective for me.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I feel like I remember now, but it's very there's a lot of similarities with Blue Velvet.
Yeah,
which I think came out the year before. But so I'm assuming it's just kind of a zeitgeisty thing. But it should be similar to a lot of elements overlap.
Yeah. No, you're right. I didn't really. Yeah, that's strange. It's weird when that happens.
Yeah.
Like there's just stuff in the air.
Murder. Yeah, I think Frank just put some skin over his body, and he would have originally got his original skin and stuff back, but
with more.
I guess
blood.
What's weird is it's just a weird turn in the story. He could have, I guess, taken the blood from Frank. I mean, from the dad guy.
Yeah.
But instead he just took his skin, which adds to that third act where he's impersonating him.
Right. Yeah. But like the deception was so quick, like I'm not convinced it was really worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If he had lived as him for a while.
Yeah, exactly. I think the rewrite I would do is Christy and the boyfriend are suspecting the stepmom is cheating earlier in the story. They do the detective thing that Laura Dern and Tom McLaughlin do.
Yeah.
They hide in the closet
right.
and they see her, do something crazy.
Yeah.
And then I think, then you make Frank. There's a switcheroo where the dad gets replaced, and I would hide it from the audience. if it works. But I would maybe even hide it from the audience that at a certain point we're
Mm-hmm.
seeing the dad and it's really
Yeah.
Frank.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, I
then by
think
the
that could have
time
worked.
Christy comes to the dad, he's like, "Oh no, we'll take care of it." I think part of what ruins some of the action is it's very clear. She goes from thinking the stepmom is cheating to seeing a dead a man in the middle of dying and then a reincarnated Frank all
Yeah.
at the same time, and then very quickly after the Cenobites.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have a really smooth even progression on
Yeah.
how the the drama gets ratcheted up,
Yeah.
and so I would smooth that out. And there it even could have been a thing when she was in the mental hospital. I mean, it looked like a mental hospital. I said that not meaning to say that, but I think maybe that's where she was. I don't know, but
I think so too, but I don't really understand why. Like, we
yeah, like
found you
you're
on the street,
crazy.
so you
Yeah, you
must be
crazy.
crazy.
But it would be cool to do some gaslighting where Frank in the guise of the dad or whatever says,
Mm-hmm.
"No, honey, this is too much stress on you," and gets her
Yeah.
committed. And then she gets a little sequence where she's held against her will and maybe has to like use the box to open a portal to escape or something.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
But it's
yeah.
weird how they left off at the hospital. Like, where'd she go? The door was
Yep.
locked, and it was weird because she was in the room.
Yeah.
And what does she do? She just shows up at the house with the box,
It's
right?
not
So
clear. Yeah. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know what happened. It's a mystery. It's very strange.
a
Yeah.
mystery
And they
box.
just hey, hey.
Hey.
Another thing that's like kind of weird about it for me that I always find a bit disappointing is that like I feel like for the first two-thirds of the movie, like Julia is your point of view character. Like
Hmm.
you're following her around while she's having memories. She gets flashbacks, right? None of the other characters get flashbacks,
Yeah,
except Frank a little bit. But
yeah.
like and she goes through this journey, she takes this crazy step and blibbity blah, and then she's just killed off and that's it. Like
Mhm, mhm.
it's
She's
like
killed off screen, right? We didn't even
it's
know she
like
was dead until
no,
Christy
I mean you
walked into
sort
the
of
room.
you saw Frank do it more or less. He stabbed her and then he started sucking
Oh,
the
geez, I
blood
forgot.
and
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you did see that.
That's right, that's right.
But it just feels very like disappointing. It's like, wait, after all that, like I don't know. I think
Mhm,
that's sort of why, in a way, it would change the story and it would lose some of the noirish aspect. But yeah, switching the point of view to the comical noir
mhm.
and kind of investigating
Yeah.
something weird's going on. And we don't know all this. Like we can find it out eventually. Like I feel like then I would be less disappointed by the
Mhm.
way it ends, since
Yeah.
we weren't asked to invest so much in it, only to to have it be thrown away basically at the end. It's like, yeah, oh
Yeah, and
well.
we weren't that invested in Christy's story because
Yep,
we barely see her or know
exactly.
anything of what she's doing.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have an emotional connect. It's not like the story starts with, "Oh, Dad, I just really want you and stepmom to be happy, and
Mhm.
and this is your chance to reconcile it and make the best of it." And like she's interested in her dad's happiness and
Yep.
wanting to, even though she doesn't like Julia, wanting to make it work. And then and he's and wanting to trust her, but then she starts to suspect she's cheating on him, so now she's invested in uncovering that mystery because it
Yeah.
affects her dad,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And that's the way into like what's actually happening.
Yeah.
And then she could see, while they're hiding in the closet, she could see Julia. Uh, the Julia kills a guy, and then they think, "Oh my God, this is the worst thing I could see." And then
Mhm.
Frank, gross Frank enters,
Yeah.
and then they
Yeah.
have sex while Christy and the boyfriend are
Yeah.
hiding in the closet.
Now it is
You
getting
know,
very Blue Velvet as you're rewriting it.
I know I'm making it blue velvet,
It's like
and
even
then
more Blue Velvet than it was before.
yeah, but then I was gonna say by that point when they see, oh my God, like all this crazy stuff is happening. They come back with the police, nothing's there, there's no evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, oh, honey, you're having a mental breakdown. I got to send
Right.
you to the mental, so I'm gonna send you away.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, there's just a lot going on because then you have the Cenobites. Like it's this thread of like we gotta leave or they'll come get me, but they also don't know I'm gone. So,
Yeah, I think that's weird.
and does it even matter? Like what? And there is this weird like pragmatic like dogmatic thing that he's like rules are rules. You open the box and we come. Like what do you want from us? This is what we
Mm-hmm.
do. Like we're unbreakable in how this works. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
no exceptions, you know? Like he's like, hey, Chatterbox, let's look at the bylaws. What does it say if the if the box kind of opens itself? Does it
Right.
matter? Well,
Yeah.
technically, it's about who's holding the box when it opens.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I want more about Frank's escape. Like
yeah,
it's just confusing to me. Like, because like they paint Frank as this type of character who is like in search of these extreme
hmm
experiences and he gets like this ultimate one, but then he wants to escape. Like I don't know. I'm just sort of
he doesn't want to
confused.
stay. Well, what's he doesn't want to sort of stay in hell. But we don't know what it's like for him there.
Yeah.
But I will say on the flip side, when he's getting killed at the end again, he seems fine and happy about it. There's no like, please don't kill me. It's
That's true. That's
like okay,
true.
fine, you know. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. But yeah, then it's like, but then what was it all
yeah,
for? I don't
and it
know.
is like, what is he escaping to do? What does he want to do?
Yeah, it's like a
You
Man in
think he'd
Black
be,
thing. Like what's
yeah.
your end
I
game?
think he should want to become a Cenobite. I think that's
I
what he
was
should
thinking the
want.
same thing, and that's why it's weird to me that he's escaping.
Yeah.
It just seems like he would naturally want to join
hmm
and like
But hey, okay, we're all full up. It's a no Franks club, and they already had one
no
Frank.
place for Franks, no Franks here. Look at the
Yeah,
sign.
there's a no Franks policy, and they have one Frank already, so they can't have another one. Yeah, it's not a perfect movie. There's just a lot of interesting elements, but they don't all add up to a great, cohesive thing.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the dream logic. Like you said, a lot of scenes are like, is this a dream?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
just
kept
like the
expecting it.
subtext and like the like things just show up, and we don't really know why it's happening or what people think about it. And
Yep.
because again, like nobody, it'd be different if they were like, this was Frank's house. Frank's dead. Now we're here, but it
Right.
was like
Right.
nobody knew where Frank was. He's just on one of his benders.
He's just gone.
And when
Yeah.
he shows up, it's like, well, it's weird because you look odd, but it's not like we thought you were dead.
Right. 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 But yeah, I mean, as crazy as it is, it's like he might as well have been dead. I mean, it's like
hmm
you have to kill people and I suck their blood to regenerate myself. It's like, if he said Anna was dead, it's like, okay. I mean,
Yeah,
that doesn't really make
it should
that.
it should be because I was dead. Now I have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and the Cenobite, she's like, oh, take Frank because he escaped. So it's kind of like, well, we already owe him, and like it doesn't get her out of. It shouldn't really get her off the hook because one of
Mm-hmm.
their prisoners escaped.
Right.
Unless, I mean, I think the story wants us to believe, as the victor here, that she set Frank up to get ensnared by them again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not quite how it played out.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that should have been her delivering on her promise to like,
Yeah.
okay, or the deal, I should say, like, I'll deliver you Frank if you leave me alone.
Yeah.
But that's not quite what happened. But Frank's like, you did this to me. It's like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like,
Because what she should have done is just like, oh, Frank, don't come find me. I'm hiding in the room where the Cenobites
mm-hmm.
are. Don't come up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it really
Yeah.
should have been. It should have been a thing where Frank knew that he didn't even know that they were there. So he didn't even, so it's not like he go, oh, you can't trick me. I know they're in that room, and therefore I won't go in there. And then she has to trick him in there somehow.
Mhm.
So it's just kind of lacking on that front. She kind of
Yeah.
lucks into it all working out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, like, for a comparison, like, in Nightmare on Elm Street, the final girl character in that story, like, has this journey where she starts off, like, early on, she's in the middle of a nightmare, and she has this, like, instinct to put her hand on a hot pipe, and it wakes her up. you know so she realizes, like, I can, like, sort of slap myself awake by, like, hurting myself in the dream. And when she wakes up, she's still got the burn and stuff. And
Hmm.
then uh later on, when she's in, like, the sleep institute, she grabs his hat, and like, when she wakes up, she has the hat,
Hmm.
like, right there. And then from there, she gets the idea that, "Oh, okay, what I need to do is, grab him and take him
Hmm.
into the real world, and then I'll fight him." And, she sets up all these traps, and it almost becomes like a Home Alone thing or something,
Yeah.
but it's like this gradual, like, understanding of, like, how to deal with.
Yeah, use the logic against him.
Yeah,
Use
this
the
thing that
yeah.
attacks me in my dreams, and, like, she gradually learns it. It's like just a nicely written thing, and she's deliberately doing it, and that's what brings about the so it's just, like, for comparison, like, it's just
Yeah.
so different
Yeah.
here.
She should have discovered discovered the puzzle box earlier,
Yeah,
or knew about it or something. Uh
yeah.
I
It's
think
like
part of
when
it is just the puzzle box is just too easy to
Yeah, it
figure
is.
out.
Yeah, it seems like it should have been harder.
Yeah.
It's sorta like if you get it and you start manipulating it, it's gonna open.
Yeah, it really should be about the darkness of the person who's opening it. I mean, I guess there's that quality of just any innocent person could open it and be a victim, so that's fair game. But yeah, I wish there was something more to what it takes to open the box.
Yeah, yeah,
Because otherwise, just have it be a button you press. Like why,
right.
like what, I think there is something to the intention behind the person who's opening the puzzle, like who wants to explore the dark side, right?
Mhm.
Um, but it's not quite clear that anyone who sees the box knows that that's what they're doing. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You easily could just find this thing and,
and go, oh, this is a cool toy.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
just
hey, I
mess with
like puzzles
this. And
and
it's
just
like, welcome to hell. Like, oh God, all right.
hmm
Yikes.
yeah.
Not ready for all that.
I think they missed out on this on Pinhead saying "Come to Daddy." That should have been the last line
Yeah.
before Frank
Yeah.
is ripped apart.
It does seem like you should have said that. I agree. He's not real
Hmm.
quippy.
He's
He's not Freddy
not real quippy.
Krueger.
He's very like, uh, yeah, introverted in the way. Like he's
Yeah.
very like, these are the rules of the box.
Kind of all
I fulfill the
business.
rule. He's like a Vulcan or something.
Yeah, yeah. 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 You did X and therefore Y.
Mhm.
End of story.
Yeah, the Cenobites are more like their visual design is sort of more interesting than their personalities.
Mhm.
Like I said, I do appreciate that they have a thing that they have a goal and they want certain things, but they're not like Coen Brothers characters.
Right. No, very much not.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, that was fun. That was
It
fun.
was.
I think trying to get do I like it more than Bodies, Bodies, Bodies? I think I have to. Yeah, I think I have to. Bodies, Bodies,
I
Bodies is doing something else, obviously.
Yeah, it's very hard to compare. Like, I will give it has more interesting ideas, you
Hmm.
know? no doubt. As a movie, I don't know. I'm not so sure,
Yeah.
but in terms of its imagination, it's certainly more
It's
exciting.
definitely, yeah, that's what I like. It's very imaginative. It's a unique sort of story told with old tropes, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just, yeah, it's got some rough edges.
Yeah. 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 It definitely could have used some
Well,
work.
we should watch the new one. I always love comparing the originals to remakes, just for the edification of seeing kind of what they do differently. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we could definitely do
yeah.
that. I feel like I mean, I'm always skeptical about any. I haven't really watched that many of them because anytime I do, yeah, like a lot of times like I watched the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I watched like 20 minutes of it and I just had to turn it off. It was so terrible.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't have anything close. And I suspect that the new one will lose essential aspects of what makes it work here because it's going to be people working on it that are not Clive Barker.
Yeah, it's gonna be, but I think it's gonna be more modern. I bet the
It will be.
story is gonna be more straightforward.
Probably so. They'll probably smooth out some of
And
those edges.
I bet Pinhead is more charismatic.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
Yeah, I do want to, and I don't even know if it's really. I mean, it's called Hellraiser, but I don't know if they're redoing the original plot.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, or if they maybe sometimes when they do those remakes, they incorporate stuff from the sequels. Like, who knows
Hmm.
what they're gonna do? Yeah, I have no. I didn't even know that they made a thing until I was looking for this movie. It's like, oh, they
Hmm.
remade that movie last year. Okay, I mean, I guess it was a matter of time, but uh, I find it hard to believe that it will be better. Even though I'm not a fan of this, I just doubt I just doubt it'll be better. But it definitely can be interesting to compare.
Yeah, yeah. So this says it's about a young woman recovering from addiction who ends up with a puzzle box that summons the Cenobites.
Oh, that sounds very
Yeah,
different.
so it's what we were saying about centering her character
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
Let me
yeah.
see. Are they even? No, it's not the same character names at all. Anything like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
they're taking more like the concept.
Yeah, they're just rebooting the franchise more than
Yeah,
remaking the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the kind of story where you can do that, with that ending, like it's like implied, like there could be many stories revolving around
Hmm.
this box.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. That's why it's like Tales from the Crypt. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
another
Exactly.
anthology.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that probably will make it harder to compare because they won't even be trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Unlike,
Well,
other remakes. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say thanks for listening to this spooktacular commentary.
Spooktacular. That's right.
Hmm.
Spooktacular just never gets old as a pun. And yeah.
Until next
Yeah.
time.
Halloween 2. Woo! We did it. All right. Wait, is that the sign off?
That's the sign off.
All right, sorry.
Thanks for listening.
All right, bye everybody.